What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civ 5 AI only Europe battle with 30 plus civs left now with the health and plagues mod. Yes, I did get it all right that time, no stuttering. We made it through that very long intro. But anyway, Bavaria is attacking Berlin of Denmark. It seems like they've just burnt out a little bit in these last few turns, and there is the big Russian Goth War. Russia just took over Ravenna. I didn't even notice that happen over the break. And the Khazars sort of, I don't know, they're stalling a little bit, but they are at war with the Huns. We may see some developments there. Babylon here as well. I don't know what on earth Babylon are doing here, but they're here. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But some crazy things are going on. Austria just pushing through Bavaria. Don't know where they're going. Everything's pretty crazy. Norway just doing their own thing with their archer, just going around, having a look at what's available. And Sweden failed to destroy Denmark, or to take Kaupang. So Denmark have survived. They have now survived attack from almost everybody in the game, but they do not have many units left, and look like Bavaria aren't going to get the job done. But Denmark are in trouble. My choice to win the game, in trouble. Shows you why you shouldn't pick someone. I mean, I said please pick off episode 1, but you know, episode 1 never gives you enough to know who's going to win this game. Because Bavaria are doing very well, and if they can just link this tile, you know, if they spent some money, then they would be in a very good spot. But they're not going to do that. They're an AI. Nothing's going on over here. So let's see, are Russia going to keep on pushing into Toulouse? I mean, that's the French name of the city. I'm sure the same name is kind of said like that in English, so I'm going to call it Toulouse. It's probably not. The Goths probably had their own way of saying it, but are there Goths around to ask now? No. So oh my goodness, the disease has spread through southeastern Europe, Anatolia. Africa's actually cured of it now. No one's got, well, I say cured, probably not cured, it just sort of died, killed everyone that had it, that sort of thing. Lots of settling. Arabia with a new city here, and the Ottomans, 2 new cities. Obviously they settled Konya last turn, one on this island. I'm not going to say the name in case I get it wrong, because there's a lot of Greek islands that I might get it wrong. I think this is Crete, maybe. Yeah, this isn't Crete, but this is something. Maybe one of them is Cyprus. I don't know. I think this is Cyprus, maybe. I don't want to get it wrong, like I said. But anyway, Samsun as well here. I said last turn, there's lack of cities here. Both Arabia and the Ottomans, similar ideas. And also the Ottomans cutting off Byzantium's little shortcut. That will annoy them. And oh my goodness, the Goths, although they, okay, it doesn't look like they're going to be destroyed anymore. Just Ravenna, for whatever reason Russia wanted, the smallest Goth city, has fallen. But the Goths are into the industrial era, so don't count them out. I mean, they lost a pretty weak city, but it's not the end of the world just yet. I mean, Austria have cannons, so there are some civs doing very well. I just don't read the notifications enough, I think that's the lesson there. The Songhai have dawdled. Yeah, I guess they have, but they've stalled. Russia also into the industrial era, the 2 leading civs. They're not doing very much, the Songhai. They're just happy to be small and down here. Where Morocco settling a lot, but then they just look pretty weak and overstretched. Spain are going to try again for some success in Africa. Obviously, they lost their first attempt last video to the Moroccans. They're going to try again, though. Credit to them. You know, at first you don't succeed, try again. But don't try the same thing, because that is insanity. I think it's that Einstein. Pretty close to Einstein, what he said. The Ottomans are launching an invasion for their former city of Bursa, but it's not probably going to work. Sorry, without a navy of any good kind. The Khazars are being lazy. And I mean, the Huns should be really worried right now, but they're just going after this Greek city, you know, they're just doing their thing. And I mean, that's a safety buffer if they take this from the Khazar, which would help to have, I guess. Pretty good if they can take hold of that. And other than that, it's all staying pretty quiet. Sweden and Denmark piecing out, so Denmark should survive. Don't know where Austria are going. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. They're just dawdling around, having a look around, seeing what they can do. How? Oh, yep, there we go. So Ephesus has fallen. So the Huns somehow are having success out of all of this. They've now got 5 cities just sitting here in Crimea. The game has frozen. The World's Congress has been founded. I just know that. All my PC has died, one or the other. Both lovely scenarios, but I'm pretty sure This always happens when the World Congress is founded on a big map like this. It shouldn't be too bad or too long, because there's not as many civs left as there usually is at this point. So we should be okay. I've just got to entertain you for a few minutes. So I'm gonna shout out that if you're watching this series, you're enjoying it, it would really be nice if you could go and watch some of my Tropico 5 videos. They're really fun to watch. If you enjoy that sort of game, maybe just go check it out, leave a like, leave a comment, you know, make them look a bit better than they're doing. But I'm having fun with those. So yeah, it'd be awesome if you go check those out. Also, I did a CSGO video yesterday. Apparently, my schedule says I did. Whether I did or not, because I haven't made it yet, is not relevant. But if that's there, you might want to check that out. I don't know if you enjoy first-person shooters as well as Civ, like I do, then maybe you'll check that out. I'm really bad at the game, but luckily it's ranked, so the people I'm playing against are also really bad at the game. So I view myself as I do pretty good compared to the other really bad people. How would Belgium... Wait, what? Everyone saw that, right? Where did it go? I was just... A Belgium alive somewhere. That is... Have Belgium settled on like some random island? Is someone giving them like asylum somewhere where they can live? I'm very lost. Also, the game is very slow now the World Congress has been founded, so I shouldn't zoom around too much. I swear, scroll back down again. Belgium, credit to you, you're going to die, but they've declared war on Germany. They have one warrior. that is crazy, but yeah, Belgium, one warrior. Well, Germany don't have any units, so I mean, over time, it could take a while, but anything's possible. Russia have settled another city. Any more? Just going to check over here just in case. But no, they've settled one here north of Austria, or the Austrian city out here of Salzburg. Germany's made peace with the Moors. That just surprised me that Belgium would do that. They're in no position to do anything. I mean, they have one warrior floating around, but they want to do their thing. Good for them, I guess. Finland are really starting to control a lot of land out here. Very big border-wise. See, they took over Königsberg last video. The Prussians were taken out. Bavaria have got a settler they're sending out here. So it looks like Finland are going to have to soon start defending their land from people that see a big gap here. Where in Europe there isn't much more space. In actual Western Europe. Obviously that's still technically Europe. But you know what I mean. Oh my goodness. The Celts and Britain. Where have all these units come from? Pretty sure the Britain and the French are still at war. Maybe not. But yes, lots of units and a big navy from the British, which looks like it's more technologically advanced than the Celts. So it'd be interesting to see a war between those two. I presume Britain would eventually be stronger. I mean, what, the Celts have Scotland and a bit of North England. I guess the border's about here where this river is, just a bit north. It's probably a bad guess for someone that lives in England, but yeah, somewhere around here is the border. Somewhere, I don't know where, maybe here. I don't know, so... But then Britain have all of Ireland and Wales as well. So you never know. How's it going to go? How is the cookie going to crumble? The Garamantes staying very quiet. They've got a lot of units towards the north coast of Africa. I mean, their borders will eventually unite, I guess. There's not too much out here for them to do at the moment. Oh, there we go. I said about the Songhai stalling. There we go. They finally settled a fourth city. But the problem is Morocco have settled a lot to the north of them, but they're all pretty bad cities. I mean, they're all sort of 1-2 population with a few farms in the desert. And how are the French and Swiss getting along? The Switzerland just, I don't know why they're building so many units. They're just very aggressive, Switzerland, this game. Papal State's very quiet, which is annoying, but whatever, because I said they could do well. But yeah, that's annoying. The French just building lots of musketeers, not really doing too much. 5 cities in Western Europe. Don't doubt how strong the French will be eventually, but then I say that. Denmark have 6. 1, 2, let me get my math right. 7 in Western Europe, and they're just empty at the moment, so who knows. And Britain also have quite a few. Okay, there we go. So as I said, maybe not a white, maybe, like I said, a safety buffer by taking this city. It is now fallen to the Khazar, without the Khazar having to declare war on Greece. So if you think about it that way, that's good for the Khazar. And they've got a lot of units up here. I would not recommend attacking Russia, Khazar. I mean, someone will have to do it eventually. if you don't want them to become insanely strong. But now's probably not the best. All their units are over here. Maybe it is a good time, but the Huns and Greece peace out. That is a weird sounding plane outside. I think it's just wind, actually. I don't know. Oh no, it is a plane. Okay, I was going to say, there's some very weird sounding wind as well, but no, there's nothing. It's just nothing of interest. There is just a plane flying over my house. That happens occasionally. Where on earth is this Swiss settler? Like I said, civs from Western Europe heading for this land between Finland, the two sides of West and Eastern Finland. I have to be careful, Finland, because like I said, there will be people coming. They're going to have to... Oh, there we go. Wow, that is mean. The Moors versus Portugal and Spain-Portugal. They weren't... I said one of them needs to get Portugal on their side and win the war for Iberia. But no, they've decided they're both going to stay... They're too scared to give up their power, so they're both going to attack Portugal. The Moors could be in trouble here. The Moors aren't that strong. Now to look at it, I mean, they've got a few units here, a few units here and there, a few to the east of Spain. But Spain are the strong ones. I mean, all their units are over here, though, so I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be interesting. Where did that Spanish settler go? It's heading round here. They've learnt their lesson. They're going, nope, we're not going near Morocco again. That's not going to happen. Also, let's see what the World Congress put forward. Ban sugar, ban silver. Prussia is voting. They're dead. That is the one problem. Like, I know there's a way, but where there's a way... I don't know. There is a way, but I don't know what that way is. But at the moment, it's okay. We're witnessing... Okay, Russia did just regroup. They didn't try anything stupid. They are going to go for the big Gothic cities. So the two most scientifically advanced units, technologically advanced civs, are going at it. Russia, stronger, but the Goths have units here. I mean, if they were to fight back, they would lose them all, but it would slow down the Russian army. I would say the Red Army, but that's more Soviet Union-y. And they're yellow. You know, they're not red. So, whatever. Whatever. I mean, I just thought that there should be seasons in Civ. I know I don't play Civ 6. There might be seasons coming out. I know there's day and night, but seasons would be a cool addition to the game. I mean, I know Europa Universalis 4, games like that do have seasons, but as I said, I record those and for some reason the video is always laggy. I'm going to try again, find out what it is. If I have to upgrade my PC, then, you know, Christmas is 10 months away. No, I'm joking. I'm sure I could find what has to be done eventually. But I definitely do want to get back into those at some point. But my new monitor's made things even more difficult because it's a 1080p monitor, I think. Pretty sure, which was better than the TV screen I was using before. And as a result of that, the problem is because of this monitor, which I've actually had for 4 months. It doesn't feel like 4 months, but it is. I'm really used to it now, I guess. But it's a really cool monitor. Yeah, whatever. I'm just sitting here bragging about my monitor at the moment. It's pretty cool. It's an Acer. So if you're interested in your PC stuff and you ever wanted to know maybe what I recorded with, I have an Acer monitor, a custom built PC from PC Specialist. Just give them some advertising if you want to. I've got a keyboard with blue lights on it, if that was interesting. I am looking at the Razer, like the flat Razer one. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but it's like 60 quid, so I don't know. I've got some... I'm thinking about doing some upgrades at some point, but at the moment I'm pretty cool. The Xbox One videos are recorded with a Elgato, the old one, the Game Capture HD. I've had it for quite a while. What else do I have here that you might be interested in? Headset, HyperX, Cloud 2. So that's pretty cool, and the audio is actually recorded with a Blue Snowball microphone, which you can hear me through now, which has a giant pop filter on it. So it's basically like a giant black circle with a bit of fabric on it that stops some sounds sounding different. I mean, it costs like 99p, so I just threw it in with my order. It probably doesn't even work, you know, it probably doesn't do anything, but who knows. I know some people just use like a sock. But yeah, that's some cool stuff on my setup. I've never thought of doing a setup video. I've never been the need to. Plus I'd have to show you the rest of my room, which is a complete mess. So there is that. There is method to not doing that. Because I thought about it. I thought about a 100 subscriber special. In the end I just said thank you. I was going to do a Q&A, but I got no questions. But I mean, if you ever ask me a question in the comments, I'll just answer it, I guess. But there we go. Spain have settled Salamanca. I guess it's Salamantha. Salamantha. I did Spanish, GCSE, got a B. But Salamantha, I guess, with the TH. Probably that's how they do the C's in Spain. It's like th sound when there's a C. There's one thing I do remember. Babylon and France have peaced out. Presume that's... Where did all the Babylon units just disappear to? They were all here. I don't know where they are now. Some of them are back here. The disease is still around. Oh no, it's not. There is just some fighting, I guess. Oh, Arabia is attacking the Sumer. Greece and Babylon via Syria. Ooh, okay, so this is where Babylon's units return. Why Babylon's units return? That's pretty big. If Babylon could take over Assyria here, maybe they'll be able to survive from Arabia from a little bit longer than some of the other civs. Russia is slowly pushing Toulouse into the yellow. Khazar have given up. They might be about to attack Russia in a big surprise attack just east of the big Russian cities. Moscow, St. Petersburg, Yaroslavl, Novgorod. I'm not going to try any weird pronunciations of those. Just going to go straight in with reading them in English. That's the way to do it. Like, this is just Pharsalos. Like, there's probably a much posher way of saying that. Lily Bayham. That's just what it says in English, as far as I can say. Benevento. I'm sure you don't say it like that, but whatever. That's how I'm going to do it. Orleans. I'm sure, isn't it like Orlon? I don't know, maybe something like that. That sounds like something it could be. Denmark didn't just peace out with Bavaria. They cut off this tile here. Probably not through no fault of their own. Their borders just grew like that. But that is bad news for Bavaria. They do now have to take Berlin at some point in the future. Russia always look like they've settled more, but their borders are just growing. They are probably more than #1 info addict now for land area. Maybe not. Maybe they're not going to war because they've got open borders, so they might be friendly. But I don't know where else Khazar would go. Like, they had a good opportunity here to attack the Huns. You know, I wouldn't have said don't do that. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe they just had a change of heart. I guess if they attack the Huns, they're probably too scared. Because if they took out the Huns, they'd be sort of Russia's only option to the east to go for. If you know what I mean. The only option for them would then be Russia, or fight their way very slowly through these mountains into a Middle East that's still very unstable at the moment. And there we go, Russia taking Toulouse, another city for them coming from the Goths. I think Russia may run away with this campaign. Maybe there wasn't enough pressure put on them. Lesson learned for the next time, because the diseases haven't really affected Russia so far either yet. Okay, so Sweden have decided enough is enough from Denmark. Denmark still have no units. Sweden haven't rebuilt that much, but they're going to try again with the help of Great Britain. So could Glasgow finally return to the British all those years after they lost it as we approach the year 1700? So we're getting close to that modern era, but the turns are also getting slower. Well, I say that, the civs are destroying each other at a rate. So like if you were to make a graph, I guess, the rate of civs taking each other out is speeding up the turn processing time, which usually is what hinders AI-only campaigns. Because, you know, when you get to turn 450 and it takes like 2 turns per video, that's when it gets annoying. Russia will probably be the main cause of that in the long-term future. Lucerne, a Swiss city, like I said, right in the middle of Finland. I don't know where Bavaria are going, but yep, I mean, this will probably just fall to Finland and eventually serve as a city that connects the western Finnish cities to the eastern Finnish cities, I guess. That's what's going to happen there. Britain and Denmark, nothing big happening yet. I just realised I am really hungry. Well, that's good. Food is coming when this video is done. That is good for me. Sorry to anyone I just made hungry who's watching. Greece are still staying really quiet, surprisingly, because I think Greece could have done well. The Papal State's still not going after the last Vandal city. Maybe they don't want that warmonger penalty. Who knows? But who knows? Who knows what's going on? There we go. Bavaria did settle Nuremberg. Did they get an extra tile here? Is that something they do? How come? They got more land than usual for a new city, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I think it's just how it looks. 'Cause like, yeah, it's just how it looks. Okay, this is just a bigger tile than his tile's just bigger for some reason. Greece has grabbed Angkor Wat. Switzerland and Denmark have peaced out. That's where they peaced out a minute ago. Oh no, that was Bavaria. What am I on about? What am I talking about? Britain need to be careful because obviously they... Oh my goodness, their navy's all over here. What are you doing? Send it... You can still send it round here, attack Glasgow and Zurich. You know, Britain could really pick up if they tried, but I think they're probably too scared of the Celts doing anything to them in the back of their minds. The Summa survived. Babylon and Assyria seem to have burnt each other out in this battle between Babylon and Assur. This land is so good for resources. Just Babylon, Assyria. If someone could have if one of these three had taken all three of the other two capitals, they would be so strong. But it looks like Arabia will probably do it in the future because Arabia looked pretty good. Got a lot of land. Mercuria have built a lot of these units. They're unique units. I don't know why. I know they are very far behind on tech. Greece is now pushing into Africa. Maybe... Okay, I was discrediting Greece. That's a wise move. No one's over here. I mean, the Garamantes are pretty strong, so you won't want to anger them. But, you know, Egypt aren't going to do anything. So they're pretty safe. And also, look at these Garamantes, these triremes just sailing around, having a look at what's going on. Oh, an outbreak of Roman fever. Oh, okay, this could be the end for the Goths. I mean, Russia are pushing into the Goth capital. Obviously, it will probably infect Russia. I'm saying no disease has got Russia yet. Did the other disease end? I think there's still probably cities around. Maybe it's died out. Yeah, maybe it has. But it spread pretty far. Ooh, we went too fast there. Okay, so the Goths are probably going to be left with just Antwerp. And maybe they'll keep this 17 population city. Wait, what? How has this guy got a car? Like, everyone else is still using like upgraded catapults and the trebuchets, pikemen. This just great generals just chilling in a car. Sometimes that's that's just the funny thing that happens in this game. If Russia take this 16 population city, that is pretty bad because it cuts off Austria, the Huns, everyone from society, and I think we'll just see them sort of disappear as Russia swallows them. I don't know what the Khazar are doing here. Maybe they're just going for a northern invasion of the Huns. Maybe. Maybe, baby. That was a great episode of American Dad. If you like American Dad over Family Guy, let me know in the comments, because that means... I mean, I never liked it more. I just watched almost every episode of Family Guy, so I moved to American Dad. I have not seen those shows in a long time. I used to stay up stupidly late back in like a couple of years ago just to watch American Dad and Family Guy. I don't know what I was doing in my life, like 1:30 AM on a school night on BBC 3. If you're from the UK, you probably know, to watch Family Guy. And then you'd be like, oh, I've seen these 2 episodes of Family Guy before. So then you'd watch them, just about manage to see through them again, only to watch 2 episodes of American Dad afterwards. Wow, Family Guy was a good show. Family Guy, what good show. I like South Park before Family Guy. Like, that was weird. Like, you know, when you think about how inappropriate that program is, that I watched it before. I don't know, but South Park, I go back to it occasionally now, and some of the things, like the comedy, it just gets you more. Because when you're a kid and you're just like, oh, I'm tough because I watch South Park or whatever, and you're not really. When you know, you don't understand anything that they're really talking about, but now when you go back and watch it, it's just like, wow. Can't believe they said some of these things, and it's a great show. I like how they push the boat out with what they're saying. They're very, very edgy. There we go. Rhodes has been settled on. Whatever island this is, I'm not gonna even try to get it wrong. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video. But I'm gonna wait just a few seconds so that it ends on turn 250. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you've enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.